All right, this video is going to go over notes 10.1a and b. It's something a lot of kids really struggle with, so pay attention. I'm going to start with, what if I asked you to do 2/5 plus 1/3? You can't add or subtract fractions until the denominator is the same. So you would have to change these fractions. You would have to find a common denominator. The common denominator here would be 15. So this fraction on the left is going to need 3/3. And the fraction on the right is going to need 5/5. And so when you rewrite this problem, really you can think of it as 6/15 plus 5/15, which is 11/15. This right here is still 2/5. This right here is still 1/3. We just changed it. We scaled it really so that we could add them together. All right, what if you had like, I don't know, 7/6 plus 1/3? Okay, well, you wouldn't necessarily need to make the common denominator here 18. You could just make it 6 because this right here is 3 times 2. All right. So you already have the 3 that you need. You're just missing this 2. So you could just give this 2 to the fraction on the right, and then they would both be over 6, right? That was the whole goal. So you got 7/6 plus 2/6, which would make 9/6. And then you could reduce that, of course, to be 3/2. But if you can't understand this right here, there's no way you're going to understand this. Just keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and look at some examples. Okay, look at number 1. The denominator is already the same. So you can just combine the numerator. So look at your like terms. 3x and 2x combine to make 5x. -4 plus 5 combine to make +1. And then it's over your common denominator, x plus 3. Look at the second one. The denominator is the same. That's cool, but there's a minus in the middle now. When you see a minus, you're going to want to distribute it and make it a plus. So the fraction on the left does not change. Now it's a plus in the middle. You distribute it only to the top, only to the numerator. So it becomes a -4x minus 4 over that same x plus 2. We distribute that minus sign to the numerator only. All right, then you can combine like terms. 2x minus 4x is -2x. -1 plus -4 is -5, and it's over that common denominator x plus 2. All right, now we get to the challenging ones. When they do not have a common denominator. This is a problem for you. So the easiest way to do it is to just be like, okay, the whole common denominator would be both of these pieces, right? So this on the left, it needs x plus 3 over x plus 3. On the right, it needs x plus 2 over x plus 2. That way, both of them can have that denominator x plus 3, x plus 2. Like this. You just got to be careful on the numerator. You're going to have to distribute this stuff. So it's going to be like 8x plus 24 on the left, and on the right, it's going to be 3x plus 6. Now you can combine now you can combine like terms on the numerator. So 8x and 3x make 11x. 24 plus 6 is 30. And then it's over that common denominator, x plus 3, x plus 2. All right, this next one, same thing, but if I see a problem like this, I'm going to go ahead and distribute the negative first. So I would rewrite this problem. Once you distribute that minus sign, it becomes a plus in the middle, and now it's just -2. The a minus 1 doesn't change. All right. So now it's the same kind of scenario as this one we just ran. This guy on the left is going to need a minus 1 over a minus 1. The guy on the right is going to need a minus 5 over a minus 5. You will have to distribute up top. So it becomes 3a squared minus 3a over the common denominator plus negative 2a plus 10 over the common denominator. Now you can combine numerators and get 3a squared minus 5a plus 10 over your common denominator. Just like that. Okay, this next one, it's a plus in the middle, so I don't really care about I'm not looking at the minus sign anymore, it's a plus already, so I just need a common denominator. So I'm going to give the guy on the left the 4x plus 1. The guy on the right needs x plus 3. Okay, so on the left it becomes 4x squared plus 1x. Don't forget you had to distribute this. And then over here, you're going to have to run FOIL, but we'll get to that. So it's over my common denominator. Okay, you have to run FOIL because it's a binomial times a binomial. So that's going to be x squared plus 5x plus 6 if you run it correctly. Now that my denominators are the same, I can combine these numerators. So I can get 5x squared plus 6x plus 6 over my common denominator. Like that. Okay, next up. These are your worst nightmare because it's trinomial on bottom. So my advice to you is to factor the bottom here. So if you factor this, you'll get x minus 5, x plus 1. If you factor this denominator, you'll get x minus 5, x plus 2. All right. So they both have x minus 5s already. That means in terms of common denominator, it's going to be x minus 5, x plus 1, x plus 2. I hope I didn't lose you there. Okay, so to make this common denominator happen, the guy on the left needs x plus 2. That's the only piece he's missing. The guy on the right needs x plus 1. That's the only piece he's missing. So you don't forget to distribute here. So you'll end up getting 3x plus 6 on the left and 4x plus 4 on the right. And now that you have a common denominator, you can combine these and get 7x plus 10 over that common denominator, x minus 5, x plus 1, x plus 2. Okay, moving right along. If I had looked at number 7, I would be telling you the exact same thing. I would factor this denominator first. You'd get x plus 4, x minus 4, which means they both already have this x plus 4. Only the fraction, or only the rational on the left needs this x minus 4 to get a common denominator. Now again, here you're going to have to run FOIL. So you're going to get x squared minus 1x minus 12 if you do it correctly. And on the right, it's just the exact same thing because it already had the common denominator. Now you can combine numerators. And that's how you would do that one. Okay, and then this last one. Again, I like to distribute the negative sign first. Then I can worry about common denominators. The guy on the left needs x minus 3. The guy on the right just needs x. Don't forget to distribute. You'll get 7x minus 21. And then you got negative 2x over that common denominator. Combine your like terms. And nothing to it. Okay, this next page, it's going to be very similar, but I think the difference here is going to be they're going to want you to simplify once you're done. So I'll show you what I mean. But let's go ahead and get started. Get your common denominators, which you should be kind of better at seeing now. And again, here you have a binomial times a binomial, so you'll have to run FOIL. So once you do all this, you'll get 2x squared plus 6x over the common denominator. And then if you run FOIL correctly, you'll get x squared plus 6x plus 8 over that common denominator. Now you can combine numerators. Okay. And actually, this one doesn't reduce, so this would probably be my answer there. All right, the next one. Distribute that minus sign, so it'll become negative x up top. I don't feel like rewriting that whole problem. Okay, you will have to factor the bottom on the right side, though, because you'll get x plus 2, x plus 3, meaning to get your common denominator, all that's needed is this x plus 2 on the left. Don't forget to distribute. So you'll end up getting 2x plus 4 over the common denominator plus negative x over the common denominator. Combine your like terms. And this one doesn't reduce either, so I'd be done there. Okay, the next one, distribute that minus sign first. Now you'll have to factor the bottom of both of these. You'll get x minus 3, x minus 2 over here. Over here, you'll get x plus 3, x minus 3. So they both already have x minus 3, meaning to make the common denominator, you got to give the guy on the left the x plus 3, the guy on the right the x minus 2. You will have to run FOIL right here. So you're going to end up getting 2, oh boy. You're going to end up getting 2x squared plus 3x minus 9 over that common denominator. Then over here, you can distribute that negative 5 and get negative 5x plus 10 over the common denominator. Combine your numerators. And that one would be done. Okay, this next one. Now they're going to throw some monomials at you. So first, deal with the numbers. I'm just going to come over here and write common denom. Okay, common denominators between 2 and 3 would make 6. Now, x3 and x5, you could just make it x5. And y4, y3, you could just make it y4. So if we got both the denominators to say 6x5, y4, we'd be in business. And to do this, the guy on the left needs a 3, because the 3 times the 2 will make the 6. It has x3, but it needs x5, meaning it needs 2 more of them. And it has y4, so it doesn't need any y's. All right, now same thing on the right. To get it to 6, I would need a 2. 3 times 2 makes a 6. x5 it already has, but y3, it needs 1 more y. So when it's all said and done, they're both going to have 6x5, y4 as their denominator. And so up top here, you'll get 9x squared after you distribute that 3. And over here, you'll get 2y. And so when it's all said and done, you got 9x squared plus 2y over 6x5, y4. Okay, these last two, I would approach them kind of the same way. The minus needs to get distributed first. Then I would factor the denominator over here because it's x plus 5, x plus 5. So x plus 5 squared is going to be my common denominator. So to make that happen, this fraction on the left needs x plus 5. The one on the right doesn't need anything. Just don't forget to distribute that 8. You'll get 8x plus 40 over that x plus 5. You could write it twice if you want, or you could just write squared. Plus negative x over x plus 5 squared. So you'll end up getting 7x plus 40 over x plus 5 squared. Okay, and then this last one. Factor the denominators. This one on the left is a GCF. The one on the right is a trinomial. So to make this happen, the common denominator here is going to be 2x plus 6, x minus 2. Okay, so to make this happen, the guy on the left needs the x minus 2. And the guy on the right needs a 2. So distribute and you'll get 5x minus 10, and then on the right it'll be 40. So you'll end up with 5x minus 30 over, plus 30, over that common denominator. All right, now, this is what I thought they were trying to do this entire page. When you get finished, you have to look and see if you can factor anything further. Up top, there's a GCF. And the reason why you need to do this is because you might be able to simplify this problem further. See, like these x plus 6s are going to cancel. So this actual correct answer is 5 over 2 x minus 2. Okay, so it's all about the common denominator and making sure you're distributing and watching your minus signs and being able to run FOIL. So hope this video helped.